Hello and welcome back to AlternativA. Yeah, AlternativA. Hardest title of a game in the world to pronounce. Okay, so I looked it up. Fair to me. I should have noticed it.
Flat. I added one extra keyring to them recently, but I don't know why. Maybe I could remove it.
So, I did not know, so I was supposed to use the pliers on the key because it has an extra key
I
ring.
took a spare ring from the keyring. There's no need to have more than one there.
So I think that's fair enough.
I'll try to straighten it out and give it the proper shape. Well, it looks like a hairpin, though it's a little deformed.
So, I think that's a bit fair to me, is that I did not expect I would need to use the keys like that. Because are they still in my inventory, or did they vanish? No, they're still in my inventory, so I just thought, they were for my apartment or something else. Or maybe we'd add keys to it like AlternativA did, but yeah, so I don't think I should have used all the items on everything else, but
Tom.
I'm not surprised. Oh,
I'm
wait.
leaving. Well, don't.
Here.
Tom, here's the hairpin in the diary. Do you think you can open it, please?
Dob.
All right.
Dob.
Hope I can do
Dob.
it. Wait a minute.
We still have that pebble and cork.
Yep,
Who the
it's
hell
done.
knows?
You better take it back. I don't want to know what's inside.
A bomb, I'm sure. Oh, good lord. Okay. Ahem. It has been stuck such a long time, wrote in you. My last entry was written in my previous diary, taken from me by my daddy when the state searched our flat. Since then, my parents have been trying to find me a notebook to write in, but it's hard. They try to make a living, but it's impossible without a card. So my parents have nothing to pay with. Luckily, I met a man a week ago on my way to the sewers. I was going to search through trash on the district border as usual. There's a customer there my daddy discovered it recently. There's a hollow under the container containing some scrapings from a factory in the industrial district. A lot of things can be found there, and some of them can be sold so we can buy some food. When I went there, a man was standing with androids and talking to them. It seemed they respected him. He was very nice to me and said he could give me many things. I'm to meet him again tomorrow. He said he would have something for me. My dear diary, the man was just playing with me. He was very bad to me. He lied. He had nothing for me. He just wanted to keep me for himself, to drag me somewhere and to do bad things to me. When I went to the container, he wasn't nice to me like before, but waited for me with an android. After a while, I started to run. My parents had been following me, and now they tried to block the android's way, because he started to pursue me. He did terrible wrongs to my mummy and then dragged her somewhere. She returned only a while ago and said it was all right. But then she forbade me to go anywhere far because it's too dangerous. Daddy warned me against him, and he was right. But I'm not afraid. Daddy can surely protect me. 11/04/2045. I'm afraid so much. The man's stalking me. I overheard my parents speaking about him. They said my mummy had to do something. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't nice. Somebody probably followed her when she was returning, so now the man knows where I live and maybe he'll come here. My parents scarred me. They don't let me go anywhere, but then again, I don't even want to. 13/04/2045. My dear diary, I'm so hungry. Daddy won't let us go out. He always goes searching for food and sellable stuff himself. Others are guarding us when he's away. My head aches badly and I feel nauseous. I haven't eaten for 3 days and we have nothing to drink but river water. It's dirty, but we have to drink something. I overheard my parents speaking about the man again. They said that if Mummy went to him again, we would get some food and maybe a card for my daddy so he would be able to work again. 15/04/2045. I can't stand it anymore. We've been starving for 5 days now, but I don't want my mummy going to that man instead of me. It's my fault, so I'll set it right. After all, he was quite nice to me the first time, and hopefully the pawing won't be so bad. Surely not as bad as starving to death. 16/04/2045. I went there. I went to him, and it was horrible. His name's Peter or so, and he's a big gun in the government district. He said he was a high officer at the tech department. He really was stalking us. I only needed to go a short way from my home. His android waited for me and took me to an empty house. The man wanted me. He wanted the whole of me, but I smacked his face. Then his android beat me up. He threw me out of the door and said that he would have all my family killed. He probably doesn't know that we're already dying. I didn't think about it. I just knocked on the door and let him do as he pleased. Wait, what? Oh, it's like... He gave me some food and water to let us live a bit better. He warned me that I must go to that deserted house every 3 days or he'll kill me and my whole family. 2004-2045. I can't stand it anymore. I don't want my parents to find out. I'm trying to conceal it, but I'm unable to. I pretend I found the food and received the water from a nice man living nearby, in the bar. Several months ago he gave us some food, but now he's unable to. He said something about not being possible because of money, and the man from the government district beats me more and more now. When I hesitate a little or he's displeased with something, he just hits me. My parents smell a rat. They don't believe me anymore, that I got all these bruises from falling. 2104-2045. My daddy spied on me and I saw where I got all the food and water. I got a beating from the man and then another from my daddy. He told me I mustn't go there anymore, but he doesn't realize it's better for me to suffer that way than starving. 2304-2045. Mummy decided to go to the man. When she returned, she was stained by blood and said it's all right now and that we may go out. The man won't harm us anymore. When I went to the house, I found him there, laying dead. I ran away and didn't want to return home. I went to my favorite place and looked out over the old desolate districts behind the slums. I'd like to go there sometime. As soon as I returned home, my parents scolded me and told me I was not allowed to go anywhere, or at least for some time. 2904-2045. Police with androids came yesterday. They asked many questions. The woman that led them was not nice. My mummy didn't want them to speak with me, but she pushed her aside and then smacked her when she tried to stop her again. She asked about things like me knowing Kim and stuff. I didn't know what to say. My daddy wanted to answer instead of me. The android dragged him away and beat him up. Then they dragged me aside too. I made a confession. I don't know whether I did well. The woman sincerely suspects something and she's going to be visiting us day by day, beating me and my parents, but they will drag us to the government district and kill us there. I'm so scared. 3004-2045. She came again. It's just as I said. They took me to the government district, but luckily they brought me back later. They took my parents too, but didn't interrogate them. Just held them far from me. The investigator asked me where I was and when. She said somebody saw me carrying food and water. I told her I took it all from the same place as usual, and I described her to the place. After several hours, they let me go. Daddy was surprised they didn't murder any of us. They usually don't hesitate to kill. But I feel the investigator didn't want to kill innocent people, as if it somehow mattered to her. 1005-2045. The woman hasn't visited us for a long time, but my parents want me to give them this diary. It could betray us. They're right, so I have to part with you, my dear diary. You helped me a lot. I wouldn't make it through these hard days without you. Now I just fear what will happen next. What if the woman comes again and this time doesn't let us go? They'll hold us there and kill us all in a day or two, or worse. I know what happened to my aunt. She was dragged to the riverbank with her whole family, and these androids stripped her and beat her badly. Then they shot her little daughter dead in front of her and threw the body into the river. My aunt leapt into the water trying to catch it, and nobody has seen her since. It was punishment for begging outside of one of the gates. That's why we have to hide you, because if they do such things because of mere begging, what would they do as a penalty for this? So my parents are going to hide you safely. Bye, my dear diary. I love you. Oh dear. Can we talk to her now? Well, that was definitely exposition. I'm just gonna check. We probably need to just go to the detective. I mean, policewoman, I don't think she's a detective anymore since she couldn't solve the case. Not that she had much choice, right?
Hi, it's me again. Why don't you speak to me? Where's your diary? Don't search for it. I have it. I'm sorry for what happened to your aunt.
You've read my diary? How did you open it?
Well, I did.
Give it back, please.
Why haven't you written anything in it for so many days? And why did you have it here anyway? The last entry said your parents were going to put it somewhere safe. Was it supposed to be here on the ground? That was the safe place of theirs? So?
I don't have the key. They took it from me. They wanted to take the diary too, but they didn't have the time to do that.
Why? What happened to your parents?
To my mommy and daddy?
Yes. Where are they?
A strange woman came here. She was pretty and had beautiful clothes, but evil eyes. She came with androids. I was hidden. She didn't say anything. She just pointed.
At what? What happened?
First at my mommy, and then at my daddy. Androids ran at them. They screamed and tried to resist, but it was no use. I haven't seen them again since. I was left only with the locked diary because my mommy had the key.
Was that the wife that wanted a head?
Will you give me my diary back, please?
I'm sorry, but I can't yet. I understand how important it is to you, but I need it.
Why? It's mine!
Yes, I know that. But the police need some evidence to close the case. And I need the case to be closed.
The police? All they ever did was hurt us.
I know, but they won't anymore, I promise. The diary will be returned to you by the investigator you've already spoken with. She'll come to speak with you again, but this time you will tell her the truth, right? You can't stay alone, and she can protect you, at least to a certain degree. I promise she won't do anything bad to you anymore.
All right. I believe you.
Good. Wait here until she comes. I'll tell her about you.
Wait. Please. What's your name?
Mine? Richard.
Thank you, Richard. My name's Lenka. You're very kind. I hope we meet again.
I don't think so. Wait here. I have to go.
Okay, so yeah, the diary did say the investigator was kind of a nice person, right? Because she didn't do anything? Poor girl. She must have had a tough childhood. Well, hopefully the investigator will help her somehow. And there's nothing else in the database, right? No. Okay. Okay, investigator. Progress. I would not have thought of the keys. Because I just assumed they were for something else. Okay, here we are.
So here's the evidence he wanted.
Nonsense! How did you? But it doesn't matter. For all I care, there could be 10 more dead. All that matters is that I get back that detective job. Let them find someone else for this damn watchdog work. So who?
Well, actually I know more. First, your murderer is probably already dead. And second, the wife of the dead guy from the government district didn't only take revenge on you.
What? I don't understand.
It seems she had the parents of that girl killed. That's probably the reason the girl stopped talking.
And how did you find it out? Can you prove it?
I have evidence, and even a witness.
Really? So give it to me, quick.
Wait, I have one more condition. Promise you'll make sure the girl isn't harmed anymore. And that she will be well provided for.
I hope your evidence is worth it. But all right. You have my word.
Here's the diary containing descriptions of the days before the murder. The girl knows the rest.
But she doesn't talk.
She does, but you have to be a little bit sensitive.
Oh. I see you dealt with it really well. Good. So now I'm going to withdraw the androids and you'll be able to go inside, as I promised. But I don't know for how long they'll stay away. I plan to send them to search the nearby park, so this building's going to be free for maybe 3 weeks. But now
God.
get lost. In a few moments, this place will be clear. Bye for now.
You too. And thanks. She really kept her promise. It's hard to believe it. I hope it helps the girl, too.
Yeah, I hope so too. The investigator was quite surprised by how the matter with the murder eventually ended, but she kept her promise. Now I could search the crime scene and try to find some proof of my innocence. I should search even where things may not be visible at first sight.
They haven't left yet. I think I should...
Oh. Okay, let's go there. And then we'll head back, maybe? I'm not sure if that will do it, or if we'll need more. No, okay, yeah. And nothing here? Well, poster. Well, that's a suspicious looking poster.
The poster reminds me of something. An old movie, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know the name.
I'll leave it alone. It's the only pretty thing in the place.
Fine, but I think that's something we need to mess with. I don't have to notice everything at once. Some things are necessary to explore or use several times. Thanks, Gabe. Thanks. Nobel
Some
Prize.
kind of an old prize. I think they used to give it to the top scientists. I guess the professor must have been a top scientist too, because he got one. The small letters say the year 2013. Holds tight. I think I'll leave it where it is. I can see the professor was a charming man. Probably. Actually, I have no idea which one of them is him. This must be a great place to sleep. I'd love to have a nap, but there's no time.
Okay, I just wanted to check. Oh, we can't even go in there, so we need to go into the second room. Hello.
And this is how the dear professor ended up. Blue rays making a silhouette on the floor. I don't understand why the police are making so much fuss about it. I mean, we are in the slums. People get killed here on a daily basis. And all of a sudden there's a team of androids closing the crime scene, a detective, and all this advanced equipment. I don't know what it is, but something smells here. And this is how blue... The police projector substitutes for ordinary chalk.
Okay. Monitors.
Could you believe how many monitors one person could have in one room? I think these systems would rather control me than I control them.
Books.
Scientific books, scientific scribble. I can't make anything out of it. There's one more board at the back. It won't move. It's stuck.
Can we...
It's not going to happen. Waste of time. Bad idea. It's not going to happen.
Was that a different handle? No, it's the same handle.
I think these systems... Could you believe in...
Oh.
Unlabeled switch with an indicator. I hope nothing happens if I switch the switch. Nothing happened. At least nothing I could see.
Maybe the shelf, because it's right beside it. Or the handle, I mean. Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's definitely something important. I don't know what...
113 PRF.
Scientific books. Scientific... Could you believe in one... I think these systems would... And this is... I don't... People...
113 PRF. Oh, there's still more. Okay, I can actually look in these areas.
Smoked cream cheese? What the hell is that? Tom keeps cheese in his bar, but it's hard like concrete. You can't eat it. No! I can't stand cheese.
Well, how dare you?
Indora cream cheese pie? In the slums? I can't believe my eyes. Although, God knows what they mix into these in Indora. No, that could make me sick. I'm not used to that kind of food.
Actually, that's fair enough. Some people actually
The
do
symbol
get
reminds
sick.
me of something. Besides the freeze symbol. T in a circle. I've seen that before. And it was on a freezer as well. The symbol T... The symbol reminds me of some T... I see. T for treasure, maybe? Could there be a safe in the freezer? Indora used to present its important employees with those. Damn, bad code.
Well, we have half of a code, right?
Great TV. Too bad it's too big for my... I have no idea. Holds... Bad idea. Waste of time. Waste of time. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's 113 PRF.
I don't know what it is, but it's definitely... Scientific book.
I don't know what PRF is, though.
Nice cat. If it was mine, I'd call it Homer. I'd love to have...
No. So it's definitely got something to do with that. Oh. And it's got something to definitely do with the poster.
The poster reminds... I think it's coming off. I'll try to straighten it up a bit. Horror show! I'll be damned. The poster wasn't just decoration.
Ah, it was a video
The
camera.
professor was a prudent guy. The video camera is homemade, but it's useful. As a spying glass. Hopefully something useful is recorded on the disc. And I'll be able to play it. I wouldn't be surprised if the professor encrypted it. Anyway, Petrenko's murderer should be recorded here.
Loading.
Bingo! I wasn't the last person who saw the professor alive. I don't care who that woman is. I just hope this will make good enough proof. I'll leave it here.
Okay, so we've got our proof. Did that change? Because we still have that 113 PRF, but we don't know what that stands for, the PRF, right? Oh, wait. We do have... Hold on. We do have another one, right? 2013.
Some kind of an old pride. I guess the professor... The small letters...
2013. So could it be...
I don't know what it is, but it's Scientific script.
$113. Maybe we can't do it yet, but let's look here. That was it! It was the day. Oh!
Now I can see what the professor was hiding in there.
I wasn't sure, but I'm not sure if the PRF was supposed to represent the Nobel Prize, but it's the only other one I knew of.
Professor's personal documents. The rest is probably completely useless. I'll just leave it here. Fiolex employee card. The kind only important people get. The professor's not going to need it anymore.
And that's it, just files and documents.
Professor's
Okay, we did good. We solved that too. I was all like, wait a minute, I did see another numbers, 2013. I'm not sure what BRF was supposed to mean though. But hey, I did it, so I'm happy. It was worth a shot anyways.
So, have you decided you want to die?
I don't think so. I have proof I wasn't the last one speaking with the professor.
What proof?
This one. It's a recording from...
Shut up, I'm not blind. Ah, an old friend of mine. I know this girl a little already. So you're not the murderer after all. What a shame. I hoped I'd be able to do away with the crackpot who killed the professor myself. But what can I do? Let's go upstairs instead of standing here in the middle of the warehouse. So you want to become part of the resistance, to fight the establishment.
Exactly.
Considering you found that proof, you're probably worth cooperating with. I had a feeling you didn't murder him, but I had no evidence to the contrary. Anyway, let's get to the point. The Resistance fights the establishment with its bare hands. We don't have androids, we don't have equipment, we don't have anything. Andorra, Theolux, the state, they all go for our throats.
But the fellow from the bar thinks the state is fine.
Yes, but times are changing. The state's probably starting to suspect something, so it's trying to protect its position. Let's continue. So we have to help ourselves. Andorra's planning something right now, but nobody knows what. It's known that Andorra is halting some of its constructions, though, and it seems quite strange. Theolux isn't exactly innocent either, but we'll keep that for another time. And in the first place, you have to find some documentation from the construction. Anything you can lay your hands on. Now, you'll have to get inside their local office somehow, but all in secret. If something happens to you, or someone catches you, it will be the end.
But I don't have...
The card, I know. Now you have one. Go and do what is needed. Don't return here until you have all the documents. Do you have any questions?
What are Andorra and Felix planning?
Do you think that if we knew we would be sending you out spying? We don't know yet. And you'll have to find out.
It doesn't seem like a simple matter to me. Why are you sending me?
They already know most of us. They have us recorded on cameras. We cannot get inside as easily as you can.
Okay.
Who are you?
Look, when you're here longer, you will get to know two things. The first one is my name, and the second one is that names aren't important at all. Until then, you can call me No Name.
Well, I should go. I've got enough information for now.
I think so too. Now get out of here and don't return without those documents. And I probably don't have to remind you that if you say a word about any of this to anybody, you'll end up with a hole in your head, or worse. Actually, wait a minute. I can give you this useful toy.
We don't have
What is
anything
it?
but here.
The only thing I can give you that can help you in your mission. An EMP gun. It can paralyze an android or anything electronic for a while. The android won't know that it's been paralyzed. But be careful so that nobody else sees you.
And what happens if I use it on something different than an android?
Can't tell you. It can do a different thing every time.
Thanks. I think it could be useful.
Okay, so we have some new items. We have
Felix entry pass of Professor Petrenko.
This pass allows its holder to enter the complex of Theolex Corporation. Why did they let him keep that if he left the company?
I don't care what card I have. Any is better than none.
The personal identification card, usually referred to as just the card, it guarantees an employee free movement in the industrial district and in the slums.
I received this thing from No Name. He said it's able to paralyze an android for a short while, but that I must never be seen using it.
Again, they don't have anything, no androids or that stuff, but here, have an EMP. Oh god. An industrial district is the heart of the society. This is where all the Endora works are being performed and where the factories and research centers of Theolex are located. If a worker loses his job, this is where his or her chances lie. High security standards are kept inside the industrial neighborhoods because the society needs working industry for its natural development and the state wishes to satisfy the society's material needs. Modern types of androids as well as the omnipresent safety cameras ensure the necessary high standard security. If you dwell in this area, you do not have to be afraid. Nowadays, the state is a safe place which protects all its inhabitants from the remnants of the beast called the Resistance. State is the name of a political enemy which arose from the United States Initiative after the Third World War. To keep the world peace, the state had to introduce some harsh practices, which, however, only served to increase the well-being of the citizens. After the abolition of vote, the state gained enough authority to keep peace in the streets of the city. You don't have a vote. Great. The Third World War, known as the Great War, took place before the founding of the United States, and it meant the end of divided, inhumane society and its power-hungry, war-desiring leaders. The Third World War was started by the founding of the Theolex Corporation. Russia, who wanted the control over the android market, tried to destroy the company which, to protect its existence, offered the creation of the huge army of androids against the Russian Federation. After a few minor battles, the whole world had been dragged into the war. Dividing the world into two fractions meant an open war which made science and technology a key power. The citizens only met the horrors of the war after the armies of the androids entered the cities and started to plunder and murder. One of the sides, we do not know which one, used a nuclear weapon. At that moment, the states united and destroyed the nuclear aggressor. This stopped the war once and for all. Although it did seem the world had been calmed down and it did not want to war anymore, many people inside still desired redivision of the world and return of the war so they could regain the power the United States had taken from them. The centralization and the Constitution modifications which, amongst other, cancelled the elections meant the end of such beasts. A united initiative, the consolidator of the antagonized world and the substitute for the powerless OSN, along with Theolex and Endora, gradually changed the war zone to a new functional, compact society. The inability of OSN, the United Nations organization, to maintain world peace clearly showed the need for a much stricter way of keeping peace. The United States' initiative embraced the task. Its main goal was to unite all people of the world and to enforce the order using the power of androids, which had previously been successful in suppressing the liberty of people during the war. So... the Russians are the cause of this. Yeah, they wanted the android for themselves, so the Theolex Corporation gave it out to another side to stop them. I'm going to assume they are insinuating the United States and Russia. Because we have no other reason to doubt anything else. Because they're not even going to specify which one it was. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay, we just passed.
I have to watch my tongue. Otherwise, I'll end up in the police station, and that would be the end.
Oh, okay. It just stopped.
Considering he's a well-paid clerk with a simple job, he looks pretty angry. Hello.
Hello, what can I do for you?
I'd like to be assigned to Endora as an employee.
One more time, please.
I'd like to.
All right, so I understood it right. Where are you employed?
Nowhere just now.
I see. But how come you still have a card?
I worked for a private entrepreneur.
A private entrepreneur? Do you know how long it's been since I've heard that word? Sir, you seem a little odd to me. I'll have to check you out. Android.
You can't be serious. This...
Easy. The police will love to hear this. Arrest him!
Oh, that didn't work.
Hello.
Hello.
I'd like to...
All right.
Nowhere. I left the job voluntarily.
Interesting. You have a sense of humor.
I was fired.
Well, I was just joking a little. Who would leave voluntarily these days? I was sacked because there was no work for me. But I'd worked hard, so they let me keep the card.
That's possible. And where did you work?
For Theolex, for Endora.
Theolex.
Well, there's quite a large personal turnover there. That's right, they don't take good care of their people.
Pardon?
Never mind. I have some experience of my own. Anyway, I can't assign you anywhere now. We don't have any job openings. I'm sorry.
Okay. Because that's not my fault. Oh, God. Continue. Please tell me. Of course. Okay, well. I'm gonna end the part here. You shall hear from me in the next part. Maybe.